Meanwhile, President Biden in talks with Senator Joe Manchin in hopes of getting his key vote for the bill. Reports say those conversations are going very poorly. One source told Politico the president and Senator Manchin are very far apart. And if Manchin's mood is any indicator, those talks are in fact going poorly. Check out this outburst with reporters.
Senator Manchin, is it true you want the child tax credit out?
No, I'm not against it. I've always been for child tax credits. We voted for it many times.
You want to continue it the way it is with $300 a month for the youngest kids?
Guys, I'm not negotiating with any of you, okay? So you can ask all the questions you want. You can just, guys, let me go. This is bullshit. You're bullshit, okay? I'm done.
Okay, thank you. Thank
all right,
you.
Senator.
God almighty, man.
Well, he wasn't done. He was still talking. Tom Cotton, Arkansas Senator, in focus now. Senator, great to see you. You're laughing as I am. Look, frustration is at a fever pitch. Can you imagine being the one guy out among the Democrats right now, just standing out in the field alone?
Well, let me just say, Harris, I think we can all sympathize with what Joe Manchin feels about some of the liberal reporters that run around the Congress up here. But it's not just Joe Manchin. It's Kyrsten Sinema and, frankly, some other Democrats, too, who have some reservations about this bill. So first, it is full of smoke and mirrors. It takes 10 years of tax revenue to pay for spending programs that only last for 1 year or 3 years or 4 years. That's designed to conceal the full cost. The full cost is $5 trillion. It will add $3 trillion to the deficit. Senator Manchin has made it clear he doesn't want to do that. And then if you look at the individual programs as well, they will not only drive inflation, as we just heard, for inflation for child care, but it also will discriminate against family-based care or neighbor care or faith-based care, because the Democrats want all of us to have to warehouse our children in state-run pre-K and kindergarten, presumably so they can start indoctrinating them right away with their left-wing ideas. That's not what most Americans want for their kids.
You know, it's interesting. I had Senator Blackburn on recently, and she talked about grandmas. And now I hear you talking about family. Do they really want to sideline people who keep those familial ties and values going?
That's the only thing one can infer from the way they've designed this child care program. It will drive up the cost. It will impose onerous and burdensome licensing requirements. It'll make it cost prohibitive to pay a neighbor to babysit, or to have a grandma who's helping support your family, or to go to a religious day school that has facilities that are largely sitting idle Monday through Friday. It'll make it cost prohibitive to do anything but send your child for pre-K to a state-sanctioned and state-run school.
Wow.
Where they are presumably going to be indoctrinating our sons and daughters from the earliest stages.
Yeah, and I caught that part. I mean, regardless of what may be said in those classrooms, what they're really doing is separating them from us. That doesn't feel like freedom. All right, we'll move to this poll. It's the latest Fox Business poll, and it talks about voters thinking President Biden's proposed social spending plan would push inflation higher than what it already is. And a lot of people feel that way. You've got 46% who say that'll happen. But I think the bottom number is equally as important, Senator. They think that nothing he's doing is going to make any difference at all.
Well, they're very smart, because it's exactly what this bill will do. When you spend $5 trillion over 10 years, and much of that money is going to programs that will discourage people from working, of course it's going to make inflation worse, because it's adding more money into the economy and discouraging people from going to work to make more goods. That's the very definition of inflation: more money chasing fewer goods. So the American people understand that it's the Democrats' policies that have driven inflation. Look, we've had this pandemic now for 2 years.
Yeah.
We only had inflation that's at 40-year record highs this year. That's a direct result of what the Democrats in Washington have done to America.
So let me ask you this, because many people were locked in their homes, and lockdowns and restrictive mandates, so on and so forth. And so when people could go out and spend money, I would imagine that had an impact too. So the White House says that was all of it. I would imagine it was a little bit of some of it. So what is the other balance of all of this? And why can't they figure out how to fix it?
Well, the vast majority of this inflation, Harris, is being called caused by the amount of money the Democrats have spent. And in many states, you still have Democratic governors and mayors who are putting capacity restrictions on workers or businesses that, again, produces fewer goods. So, of course, we still have some supply chain challenges from the beginning of this pandemic. That is true. But the vast majority of the inflation and the supply chain challenges we face in this country is the result of failed Democratic policies.
Well, real quickly before I let you go, not to muddle too many things together, but I am curious. If we are going into a situation where this White House, the president says it won't happen, but the White House says everything's on the table. I mean, if we do go back into more lockdown situations, then what impact does that have? Does that prolong the inflation?
Well, it probably accelerates the inflation, Harris, and there's no reason for us to believe what the White House is saying now. Remember, Joe Biden and all of his senior aides said for months and months there'd be no vaccine mandates. But then in early September, to try to turn the page from the Afghanistan debacle and to address his falling approval ratings in the polls, he imposed vaccine mandates. So just because they say now there won't be further lockdowns doesn't mean that they're not going to do that in the weeks and months ahead.